Hi, I'm Tiffany Domino. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my website is howtoentrepreneur.org and my mission is to help you grow a business from idea to enterprise. So if you or someone you know wants to start or grow a business, have them stop by howtoentrepreneur.org. I have a free course there that helps you to grow a business from idea to enterprise. So you'll find a framework to give you a basic template of how to start with an idea and grow to an enterprise. So today I want to talk to you about Swyft filing. So if you're interested in starting a business, it's likely you're trying to consider how should you incorporate this business, and Swyft filing is one service that you may run into. So some businesses never actually get started because entrepreneurs are overwhelmed by what they need to do. They don't know what paperwork to fill out, what the tax advantages are, what the liability protection they receive, and they get overwhelmed just thinking about all of the steps they have to take. So don't let that be you. If you're overwhelmed thinking about incorporating your business, consider a legal service like Swyft Filings, who will help you navigate everything you need to do to be legally and financially compliant while starting a business. So in this Swyft Filings review, I'll give you the backstory on Swyft Filings, how it works, the pros and cons, how much it costs, and whether I recommend them or not. So if that sounds good to you, let's get started. So Swyft Filings is an online legal services provider that offers services like business incorporation, business compliance reminders, corporate kits, LLC operating agreements, corporate bylaws, corporate minutes, and consultation. They offer small businesses the peace of mind knowing their legal documents required to start their businesses have been filed correctly, and the requirements to maintain ongoing compliance are not forgotten. So how does Swyft Filings work? It's typical for entrepreneurs to come up with their business ideas, then to get swamped with the reality of all of the legal and accounting requirements of making the idea a reality. Swyft Filings helps to minimize the overload by providing legal answers to incorporation questions, breaking things down in a structured and simple way, and coordinating with the legal offices so entrepreneurs don't have to. So how do I get started with Swyft Filings? So to get started, you pick a business structure, and this can be a challenging part for entrepreneurs. Incorporating your business comes with tax benefits as well as liability protection benefits. Swyft Filings will help you file as a DBA or an assumed name certificate, a LLC, an S corporation, a C corporation, or a nonprofit. So you can use their business structure wizard on their website to decide which business structure is most appropriate for your business. So we can check that out in a few minutes when we go and actually look at the website and the process. So after you've picked a business structure, then you pick a state. So once you've picked your business structure, you want to decide what state you want your headquarters to be located in. Some entrepreneurs prefer the legal benefits of incorporating in a state that's not where they live, and that choice is entirely up to you. You can ask questions comparing states, and Swyft Filings can help you decide the pros and cons of both. So after you've chosen your structure and you've picked your state, you give some personal details. Swyft Filings will need information from you in order to complete the articles of incorporation. So some of the information will be like your name, your birth date, your address, and different things like that. Then Swyft Filings will incorporate for you. So after the paperwork is complete, Swyft Filings will incorporate your business for you. So who is Swyft Filings for? Swyft Filings is for entrepreneurs who want to incorporate their business, those who don't want the hassle of completing the paperwork themselves, and those who want the peace of mind knowing they'll be reminded of compliance issues. Swyft Filings is also for people who are looking for their corporate kits or need help with their corporate bylaws or need help with their operating agreements. So they can help with different things like that as well. And so as far as their tools and training, they have a learning center where there are articles to help answer common questions about preparing to launch, starting a business, dissolving a business, and more. They also have live chat support, phone, and email support, so for customers and potential customers. So what does Swyft Filings do well? They offer valuable services. Most customers say they provide very good customer support. They follow up on customer feedback. They provide quick turnaround times. But what doesn't Swyft Filings do well? They offer a registered agent service that bills $149 annually, and it seems that many customers forget they were signed up until they reach the billing time. So Swyft Filings may not notify them as much as they could to avoid the customer's feelings of unauthorized charges. So if you decide to use their registered agent service, make sure to ask for a reminder or set your own reminder. So Swyft Filings reviews. So I've went through and taken a look at the different reviews, third-party reviews, and also the reviews that are on their site. As you can see, this third-party website, sitejabber.com, has 21,473 reviews of Swyft Filings, and they have an average of 4.5 ratings. So that's really good. And they also have 923 reviews on Trustpilot with an average rating of 9.1 out of 10. So that's really good as well. Then you'll find, just looking at different third-party websites, that they have pretty good reviews. So that's not a small feat when you can get that many positive reviews out of 21,473 different people, or out of 923 different people. So that's really awesome. As you can see, for the majority of people, they're providing good customer satisfaction. So Swyft Filings, they had 85% that were 5-star, and then 10% that were 4-star, 2% 3-star, 1% 2-star, and 5% 1-star. So in SiteJabber, since I actually wrote this post, their amount of reviews has went up significantly, and they still have a large majority of their ratings that are 4 to 5% or 4 to 5-star. So it seems like Swyft Filing customers are a huge crowd of satisfied people. So let's actually take a look at some of those reviews so you can see what type of things the people are saying about Swyft Filings. So as you can see, out of 21,528 reviews, 14,000 of them are 5 stars, 5,000 of them are 4 stars, and only 130 are 1 star, and 118 are 2. So as you can see, this first review that we're getting to see here is a negative review. It's a 1 star. I keep getting rejections about my business even when I gave them the proper information they needed. So Swyft Filings services are safe, reliable, and the best. Too many extra charges after purchased. Did not agree to those services before I purchased. It should be all calculated before purchase. Almost seems fraudulent. I put in agreement to pay in 2 installments, and then stuff was added. Site charged our card and then proceeded to list other charges. So some of the people are complaining about upsells. So it's something to be mindful of, that if you decide to go with them, that they have front-end services, and then they have back-end services as well. So thrilled with how fast and painless this was. When I set up a corporation, I like to do so. Wow. So this person is saying they like to set up their corporation naked and at home. So they prefer to use Swyft Filings to accommodate their desire. Wow. So the site implied I was signing up for a 501c3, but after I paid, offered to file my 501c3. Okay, so as you can see, there's a range of different reviews here, but the large majority is 4 to 5 stars. So the common positive feedback, I've summarized what the common positive and negative feedback was so that you would be able to evaluate and just be very knowledgeable about the potential. And so some of the common positive feedback was great service, very knowledgeable, very professional. And so the common negative feedback was too many upsells and add-ons. The upsell funnel is confusing. So they may have some work to do to improve that, to make it less confusing for customers and to make it seem more comfortable for the customers to make their buying decisions. So the most helpful positive Swyft Filings review, there were quite a few reviews that spoke positively about Swyft Filings. Like I showed you, there were over 18,000 5 stars and more than 5,000 4-star reviews. So there's lots of positive reviews there. In fact, there were tens of thousands, but I picked this review because it was very thorough and it summarized what many of the others had to say. So this reviewer was named Marcella Salazar, and she wrote, "I decided to use Swyft Filings to handle my new business paperwork, and I am very glad that I did. I decided to use Swyft Filings. They make the process as simple as possible and walk you through everything. What really impressed me was that I could send my representative a question and will always receive an in-depth personal response. I highly recommend this service for anyone wanting to file paperwork to do a business." Okay, so the most helpful negative Swyft Filings review is by this. I actually have 2 here. So of the negative reviews, I think these 2 summarize the concerns of the people who were unhappy with Swyft Filing services. So review number 1 says, "I used this company in 2017 to file my LLC, but no longer have that business. All of a sudden, out of the blue, my account was debited $149 with no advance warning or anything. I tried to get a refund, and the woman says I am not entitled a refund. Don't keep your credit card on file or they will do what they want with your money. So not cool. Next stop, BBB and Attorney General." And the second one says, "Your website says $344 for a complete package. I then got pages offering additional services I would need for additional costs. Other sites offered these up front and thought their total was higher. And though their total was higher, they at least stated the real cost out of the gate." So as you can see, these customers feel that they were surprised by some of the charges. So for this one, this $149 charge is their registered agent service. And basically what they offer with their registered agent service is reminders on different compliance issues. And they may, so with the registered agent service, you really don't have to hire them as a registered agent. That's a common thing that different legal services are offering, is a registered agent service where they'll remind you about compliance and things like that. And it can be really helpful to a lot of people. But if you don't want to continue paying the $149 every year, And if you foresee that as being a problem, then you should not select that option. You can just choose to be your own registered agent or decide on how you'll handle that a different way. But for Swyft Filings, the registered agent service is $149 per year, and you have to keep your own notifications. I'm not sure if that's something that they will or have changed, but as of reading many of the reviews, quite a few of the customers said that they forgot that they had signed up for the registered agent service until they were billed. So that's something that you definitely want to be mindful of. If you decide to sign up for it, make sure to set in your Google Calendar or something on your phone that the registered agent service will be coming out again. And also, their website, we'll stop by and take a look at it so you can see how it goes. But they have low pricing or competitive pricing for the industry. But some of the things that you might be interested in adding on are add-ons, and some people are saying that they would prefer the packages to be more clear and upfront. So those are just two things to be mindful of. Like, again, the majority of the customers are happy with their current process, but there are some people who aren't happy with it, and I want to be very upfront about that with you. So as far as the Swyft Filings price, the packages start at $49 for the basic incorporation package, but for additional features like the employer ID application, the custom bylaws, the custom banking resolution, the custom meeting minutes, digital corporate kit, a website, and hosting, then you pay more. Also, the service fee doesn't include the state fee, but when you're going through their 3-step process, they break the pricing down for you. So let's take a look at Swyft Filings site so you can see how it will work. So like I told you, they have the business structure wizard, so you can decide what type of entity you should pick. Let's go to their incorporation wizard. So they help you to compare the different entity types here so you can decide which one is most appropriate for the situation you're in. So like the choices are, of course, LLC, C Corp, S Corp, doing business as, or DBA, or otherwise called assumed name, or nonprofit. So then you'll be able to look through here and decide which one is the most beneficial for the things you're considering doing. And then they have their live chat as well if you have more questions or concerns after taking a look at their wizard. So let's say you decide you want to incorporate now. Then they have their pricing here. For the premium, it's $299, for the standard it's $149, and for the basic it's $49, and plus whatever the state fees are for the state that you choose to incorporate in. So let's say we want to start an LLC and we want to start it in Alabama. Okay, so from there it automatically has chosen this premium, but we can move it over and choose basic if we want. We can choose standard, or we can go with the premium. But as you can see, with the premium, it's their most comprehensive package. The only thing that's not included is this rush filing. But with the standard, it's leaving out the electronic delivery of the state documents and the customized digital LLC kit. And then the basic is you have to do your own EIN number, you'd have to do your own LLC operating agreement, you'd have to do your own LLC banking resolution, custom organizational minutes, electronic delivery of the state documents, and the customized digital LLC. So those are some differences. And then as you can see, they've added on the state fee. So in Alabama, the state fee is $195. And if you want the federal tracking ID, you enter it there. So then you go further to enter your name. Okay, and I'll just enter some. And then you enter your business information. So this is whatever business name you plan to use to operate. So let's say and you can choose an alternate as an optional. You choose your business category. So let's say and you describe the activity you'll be doing at the business. Okay, so then we go on. What is your business address? So you enter all this. And after you complete the members of the business, let me enter. And this is where they ask you about the registered agent. So you can decide, I want Swyft Filings to provide my registered agent service, or you can decide, I'll appoint a different registered agent. So as you can see down here, there's no immediate charge. So a charge of $149 will be processed after we have submitted your filing to the Secretary of State for approval. As long as your business is in operation, it is required to have a registered agent on file with the Secretary of State. We offer our service on a recurring annual basis to make sure your business is always in compliance with the law. So this is where some people overlook this part and they just probably press continue. But you want to make sure that if you want the registered agent service, you select them, and if you don't, you're careful to choose a different alternative. So the registered agent can be you. You can be the registered agent. So, and you can also choose someone else to be the registered agent. That's up to you. So, and then afterwards you would place your order. So this is how the process works, and of course it would vary a little bit if you decided to incorporate as a corporation, or if you decided to do a nonprofit, but it'll be fairly similar to this process. So that's how it works to incorporate with Swyft Filings. As you can see, it's very simple, and it's having a legal professional who's helping you with the process can really give you much more peace of mind than trying to do it on your own. I do have an article that shows you how to do it on your own, but like I said, a lot of people feel uncomfortable because there's legal ramifications of doing it wrong. So if you want to have that peace of mind, then Swyft Filings really provides an affordable option. So as you can see, their premium package is $299, and then they have their basic package that's $49. So it could save you the time, it could save you the anxiety, the stress, of worrying about it being done incorrectly. So my final opinion, overall Swyft Filings is a legitimate service provider that seems to be helpful to customers most of the time. They have some disgruntled customers because they probably could be more upfront about payments that come out annually. such as the case for their registered agent service, and their upsell funnel seems to be a bit confusing for some people. Even with the bad reviews, it still seems the majority of the customers have very positive reviews and even call service providers by name. With nearly 17,000 4- or 5-star reviews, it's definitely a helpful service. So if you choose to use Swyft Filings, make sure to set up your own billing reminders and don't buy into the upsells and sales tactics without thoroughly understanding what you're getting. So make sure that you really understand what you're going into, and it looks like they have everything written out. You just have to take the time to read it. But if you're ready to get started with Swyft Filings for incorporation or other services, I'll leave the link in the description box below where you can get started. Incorporating as an LLC or incorporating online is $49 for the basic package. So that's really reasonable, and it can save you a lot of time and stress. But if you are still looking for alternatives, maybe maybe you saw what Swyft Filings has to offer and you want to check out some of the other user interfaces or some of the other options. These are some other options that you can take a look at and that I recommend. So I understand that some of the things they don't do well may make them a bad fit for you. So if you're still uncertain about whether Swyft Filings is for you, or you're convinced they're not a good fit, here are some of their competitors that I recommend. So CorpNet is the most relevant. They offer a very similar service to Swyft Filings, and they're also a very highly rated company as well. And I didn't mention InkFile, but InkFile is also another company that I've done a review on How to Entrepreneur, and you can see the pros and cons of that service as well. But they're one of the most popular in this industry. So definitely I'll add the link to this article, and I'll add the link to this article in the description box below so that you can stop by and take a look at the pros and cons of each of these service providers, so that if you're considering starting an LLC, starting an S corporation, starting a C corporation, then all of these options are available to you, and you know before you go into them exactly what you're getting into. The next one is Legal Nature. So this one is more if you want to do it yourself, but you want a little assistance. This one asks you the questions, but it's mostly their computer-based system that will be helping you navigate. So this one is more hands-off, but CorpNet and Swyft Filings and InkFile, all of those services will be very involved. So and then Rocket Lawyer. Rocket Lawyer is affordable legal help with incorporating as well as with other personal and professional legal issues. So if you're in the market for a full legal service where you'll need to be seeking them for advice, maybe on hiring, maybe on setting up your non-disclosure agreements and protecting your ideas and making sure that they're not exploited anyway, and you want that legal protection with incorporating as well as with other issues, then I definitely recommend you check out Rocket Lawyer. So to check out Swyft Filings, you can go to howtoentrepreneur.org/Swyft Filings. Again, howtoentrepreneur.org/Swyft Filings. And the other links to the recommendations will be in this article, and I'll leave a link to this article in the description box so you can stop by How to Entrepreneur and check it out. So overall, I give Swyft Filings a very high rating because they have good service, good support, and overall high customer satisfaction. The cons, again, are that they don't invoice or provide sufficient customer reminders for annually billed services, and they have an aggressive upsell funnel. So hopefully this review was helpful for you if you're looking to incorporate or you're looking to get legal help with either dissolving or whichever matter Swyft Filings is helpful with. And if this review was helpful for you, please leave a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more videos like this where I do product reviews and service reviews to help you grow a business from idea to enterprise, I also do buyer's guides as well as growth strategies and biographies to inspire you to grow your business from idea to enterprise. Then subscribe to this channel if you'd like to see more of that. Also, be sure to stop by How to Entrepreneur if you're interested in growing your business from idea to enterprise, because I have a free course and I really want that course to be helpful for you. So that's all I have, and hope to see you in the next video. Bye.